Hello, my sexy and beautiful people of the internet. I apologize in advance because this is not the first, nor the second, not even the third time I'm trying to do the exact same thing. Revive all shows. In this case, for the second year in a row, trying to revive the Roulette of Sadness. Remember, I attempted to do that last year. I actually played through a couple of games, but I quit the project because I was in the middle of my treatment and basically I wanted to have a fresh start whenever I got back from the big surgery that I had last year. But honestly, I was looking at the game lists, the to-do list in terms of games. Dude, there are so many lists, so many of these wheels that I actually made that were left untouched. There are so many games that I could potentially do whenever I feel like it. But dude, I love the format of putting games in a wheel and choose them at random. There is something super cool about it. And I just don't feel like abandoning it altogether. So what I did is basically to recycle all of these games that I basically left pending in the different wheels. Remember, back in 2018, I did the main series of the Roulette of Sadness on Channel 4. I did a special edition on the Naked Gaming channel and also attempted a live version on Twitch for the same series. Uh, Basically, I built several wheels with the tournament format and then do their losers revenge wheel. Basically, all of those games that didn't get selected at first were placed on another wheel for me to do more playthroughs in the future. Well, if we count all of the games that I left on the main series, the special Naked Gaming Edition, and the Twitch series that I discontinued almost one or two games after I started it, there is a total of 166 games. There could be repeats. Actually, I did not pay attention to every single item on the list. I copy pasted. I detected two repeats. I got rid of them. There are games that actually got selected last time. For example, Metal Slug, Bully, Saints Row. These are games that I did start not very long ago and I quit playing them altogether. There will be probably some cases in which we find games that we recently played. If that's the case, we can re-roll, okay? Or we can just remove them from the list if we find it necessary. There are 166 games that I actually took the time to look for and put on a list. That's the main reason why I don't want to just leave it out there. And I like the format of the wheels. I changed the page for the wheel this time around. I'm not using wheel decide. Actually, last year I attempted to use another one, which was very good, but I'm using the one that is very popular among streamers, which is Wheel of Names. So I put all of these 166 games on the list, and they're ready. The wheel is ready to be spinned, and that's what I'm gonna do now, guys. Remember, it's just me playing a game, not necessarily doing a full playthrough of it. Again, there will be special cases, such as, for example, Bully. If it gets selected, I'd rather push it for later. I eventually want to replay that game. I know I did a bunch of episodes last year and I discontinued it, so I will have to start it again. But I prefer to do it later in case it gets chosen right now. Same thing applies to Saints Row on the 360. There are games for the Amiga, there are games for the MSX. I don't even have those emulators anymore because when I built these wheels was when I had the previous laptop that had all of those emulators ready to go. MSX, Amiga, 3DS, etc. So right now, what I'm gonna do is spin the wheel. Whatever gets chosen has to be played, and I'll take my time to configure, reinstall all of these emulators that need to be reinstalled. There's a bit of everything. There is Neo Geo, Arcade, 360, PS3, Wii, Wii U, DOS, Amiga, MSX, ROM hacks, fan games, classic ROM hacks, all ROM hacks. And considering that these wheels were created in 2018, there are many hacks that were basically just released at that time, 2018. 2018, it was basically a year or two before I got the Switch and I got the PS4. So you might understand why I chose that variety of games and I basically excluded some consoles. Basically, it's what I compiled at that time. So you have to understand that. Okay, having said that, let's go to the wheel, shall we? Here we have 166 items, and we're going to speed them now. Again, there will be lots of repeats. There will be lots of replayed games, games that I played several times in the past, some games that I never played before. There is a bit of everything. So, depending on what gets selected, I'm just going to go ahead and play it or re-roll if necessary, or just eliminate the item if I find it necessary. So, let's go. Okay, we're starting with a little bit of a match 3 puzzle game for the PC, Bejeweled 2, which I'm not great at, but I guess we'll play a little bit of uh, before moving on. So, yeah, I guess that's something we can play right now.